the New York Knicks aren't a team that have been known for their winning. In fact, they haven't made the playoffs in the last 8 seasons. That's not to take away from the fact that they play in one of the most famous arenas in all sports. Madison Square Garden is a widely known venue. Almost every New Yorker is familiar with Penn Station, because right above it is the home of the New York Knicks. Some of the legends to grace the court and sport a Knicks jersey include Walt Clyde Frazier, Patrick Ewing, and most recently, Carmelo Anthony. Some would consider Carmelo Anthony's tenure as the catalyst that sparked their passion for the team.
My favorite Knicks player of all time is easily Carmelo Anthony, just because when he came to the Knicks, it was basically as the time when I started really becoming like a diehard Knicks fan, and my love for basketball was just ever increased. And watching him play on my favorite team with the caliber of star he was, I just modeled my game after him, and he's my favorite Knicks player and my favorite player in general of all time.
Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks began winning and would eventually see themselves make the playoffs back-to-back seasons from 2011 to 2013. After the 2013 season concluded and failing to reach the finals, the Knicks would announce Phil Jackson as the president of basketball operations. Jackson would eventually blow up the playoff team and ultimately led Carmelo Anthony to request a trade out of New York. The short-lasted culture of winning was thrown away, and the organization returned to losing. 3 years would pass before the organization finally decided to part ways with Jackson. That was when Scott Perry was brought in as the general manager. Perry was thrown into a terrible position, managing a roster that had no valuable players and a losing record that didn't seem enticing to lure in any free agents. With the Knicks never being able to land a star free agent, and the crosstown Brooklyn Nets striking gold by signing both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, it seemed as if the Knicks were becoming New York's second favorite basketball team.
So trying to be unbiased, because I am a Knicks fan, I do think that the Nets are going to have a growing fan base just because of the sheer star power that they have on their team now, but I do think that the Knicks, just because of the longevity and the amount of love that the people have for that team and what it means to the city in general, I do think that the Knicks are going to have still the stronger fan base, but I think the Nets are definitely going to grow in some way.
That was until Julius Randle signed with the Knicks. Randle was accompanied by a team filled with journeymen. That wouldn't matter, as he led the Knicks to their first playoff berth in 8 years. With COVID restrictions being lifted, Madison Square Garden would finally be filled again with 17,000 diehard fans for New York Knicks playoff basketball. The expectations this year were low, and their success falls on the shoulders of Julius Randle.
Also, I believe the Knicks are good this year because of Julius Randle. Last year, he was shooting under 30% from three-point land, and he turned that around this season. I believe he's playing more consistent, and I believe he is a big factor to why the Knicks are the 4th seed this year.
Randle would win the Most Improved Player award while also placing 4th in the Eastern Conference. Regardless of how the playoffs go, Knicks fans can rejoice about a bright future and remaining New York's favorite basketball team with the return of playoff basketball in the 2021 season.